Welcome to Yester Quickies, a speedy culinary trip back in time. Today we're traveling to 1955 to discover quick coconut coffee bread. You're gonna love it. Let's get started. Hey everyone, so 1955, huge for drop-in company or honey, I'm bringing the boss home for dinner. So a housewife had to be prepared for such emergencies. And this really quick coffee cake is going to be fabulous. There's actually no coffee in it, but it's perfect with coffee. So as you can see, I subbed out my martini glass today. And if you are interested in any Yester Kitchen gear just like this, it's down in the description. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with a whole loaf of white bread. You can get that at your bakery, at your market bakery. Just tell them to give you one that's unsliced. And the first thing we're going to do is we are going to cut off all of the crust. What am I going to do with the crust, you say? Make breadcrumbs. You want to cut your crust off of every single edge because we're going to do something pretty amazing with it. So let me finish this for you and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're just cutting off the top, and just remember, you don't want any of the crust exposed. So just make sure that it's all off, because what we're going to put on it will stick a lot better to the bread than to the actual crust. This loaf, well, you can tell it was definitely well made because it's got lots of crevices and cracks. So I'm just going to finish this off and then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, here's our bread. And look, not a bit of crust left. Well, maybe a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut it into wedges. You're going to start from maybe about here. The idea is to kind of make diagonal wedges through the bread, so you're going to be able to pull it apart and have this like amazing pull apart thing. So we're just going to start right here, and you definitely want to use a serrated knife. Really important, so it cuts through the bread nicely. And you're going to go down almost to the bottom, but not quite. And then we're going to cut another wedge, and you're not going to make it meat because it'll come out, so you just want it kind of like that. And oh my God, the 50s were such a time of home entertaining, and people actually dressed up to go over there. And if you don't believe me, go watch any episode of I Love Lucy. Ethel and Fred for just a simple night of playing cards. Fred would put on a suit and tie, Ethel would have a dress, and everything would be oh so fancy, and I can totally see Lucy serving something like this. Okay, next step. Okay, now we're gonna get to the good stuff. I have here a can of sweetened condensed milk, which is always magic, my little brush, and I've got a little happy bowl here. And to this happy little bowl, I am going to do this in advance, but I'm going to add a half a cup of toasted chopped almonds. You can really use any nut you like because this recipe did not specify. I happen to think almonds go amazing with coconut, so that's why I picked almonds. And if you want to know how to toast almonds in a really easy way, check out this video. Okay, and to that, we're going to add about a cup-ish of coconut, and we're going to mix it all together. And the reason we're mixing this in advance is so when we stick it on the bread, our nuts and our coconut will go on evenly. So if you were to put your coconut on first and then your nuts, the coconut might take up all the glue and you won't be able to get your nuts on. So let's get it all mixed together. Now we're going to put this aside and we're going to start with the magic. We're going to take our sweetened condensed milk and we're going to brush it. Oh yes, we're going to brush it all over your bread. You want it all on the top and you want it all on the sides. And I'm going to keep doing this until it's done, and we'll come back when that happens. Okay, so as you can see, I have moved our cute little bread onto a greased, I line my baking sheet with foil because I don't like to clean up. You don't have to, but it's definitely greased no matter if you go foil or not foil. So here's our happy little bread. I'm just going to kind of finish it off, but it is just, oh, it's already amazing, and we're just going to make it even more amazing. And by the way, my oven is set to 350, and we are ready to bake it. And this is just going to be so easy and delicious. Oh God, you guys, it really is. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in our coconut mixture, and we're going to put it all on the top and all on the sides, and we're just going to completely coat this thing. And this is why we mixed our nuts in advance, so everything can stick all the way around. And I think I've got it all. Got a very, very happy little loaf of bread now. See, before he was just a nice loaf of bread. Now he's a happy loaf of bread. Okay, I know. Can you tell where this is going? This is going to be amazing. Okay, so this is going to go into my coconutty hands. We're going to put this in the oven for 30 minutes, and we'll be right back. It's going to be brown, toasty, and ready to serve to those unexpected guests. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. Actually, it's been probably 25. You want to kind of start watching it after about 20 minutes because you really want to make sure the top doesn't burn, and this is perfect. I am so excited, and I just can't wait for my drop-in guests because I will be ready for them. So let's take a look. We're just going to cut into a piece. And you are going to need a knife because when the sweetened condensed milk cooks on the bottom, it does get a little sticky. But that's okay. It's really, really good. Look at that. Look at that. Is that gorgeous or what? Your drop-in guests will be so happy. Your husband that just randomly brings his boss home for dinner will be so happy with dessert. You're gonna love it, and that is why we call it quick coffee coconut bread. Perfect. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you make one of my recipes, I'd love to see it. Please tag Yester Kitchen on Instagram. It would make my day. I'll see you in the next video.